Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot reader, and this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon and Stars reading for March to April 2020. Now, this is a deeply intuitive reading. It takes a deeper look at your current spiritual path, your soul's growth, healing and transformation, and obviously, of course, includes numerology and astrology because that's how I like to do things. The first row here is the sun or divine masculine part of your month, which is all about your actions and experiences over this time period. It's things that you must be mindful of this month, and I want you to notice your responses to these type of experiences and the cards that we bring up in this reading. In row 2 is your moon or divine feminine, and that's what's hidden beneath the surface, what's hidden from your conscious mind, anything that's emotional or intuitive, your instinctive responses. That's what's going to be covered in row 2. It's everything that's related to and that appeals to your higher self, intuition, and your karmic path. And then row 3 finally is advice on moving forward. So this is April. This is end of March, beginning of April. We'll also look at advice and moving forward, what your next steps are, and things to consider in the month of April. Okay, my darlings, I've shuffled. I've already meditated as well. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera, and then we'll get started on your reading. I forgot to do this, so let me just do this. I usually do that before I film, but anyway. Okay, so let's get started, my darlings. Interesting. It's everything's back to front. Everything's backwards for some reason. I mean, it is Mercury retrograde, so maybe when I'm recording this, and up until the 9th of March, actually, so maybe that has something to do with it. Okay, the card at the base of the reading is the Chariot energy. Ooh, okay. I'll save that message for in a second, okay? Chariot energy is number 7, my master number, as you know, and this is the journey that I'm on in my life, which I've finally sort of got to a good point in this journey. But it's really all about understanding who you are, understanding what you want, understanding why you do the things that you do. The Chariot energy is about moving forward because we listen to that yes, we take into account everything that's logical and manifested and real and physical, but we also take into account everything that we can't see, what our intuition's telling us, what our fears are telling us, what our emotional bodies are telling us, what our emotional responses are telling us. That's how we move forward with the Chariot. For some of you, because the message that came through when I picked that up is some of you want to go back on a decision that you've made. You've made a decision, but some of you want to go back on that decision. Let's have a look at your experiences then. Let's have a look at the actions, your actions or your experiences in the month of March. Okay, this is going to lead us through March. So we have got 2 cards here, one with a clarifier. So we've got, first of all, we've got the Page of Wands. So yeah, this is the energy of going. Get down there. Tiny's on my knee. Sorry. There you go. We've got the Page of Wands with a clarifier. look at that in a second. We've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Ten of Swords, we've got the Five of Cups, and we've got the Eight of Swords. Wow. I mean, maybe you will know what I'm talking about, because the feeling that I was when I was dealing the cards was that you want to go back on something, a decision that you've made. The Page of Wands is about going forward, but it looks like you're going. Let's have a look. It's come with a clarifier, so let's have a look at it. The Empress. Okay, so let's look at the first card. Let's just go through the reading. So actions and experiences. So this is wand energy, first of all. Now, wand energy is your chi, your ki, your life force, like Ki Wisdom Tarot. It's related to your second chakra, which is here, your sacral chakra. It's that same feeling, it's that same energy of excitement when you feel motivated, when you feel excited, when you feel passionate, when you feel alive. That's wand energy. That's literally ki, universal energy running through your body. And you can feel it. It's a real thing that we physically feel, and it's related to your ability to feel joy, your sexuality, your creativity. It's related to your force in the world, if you will. How what's your force in the world? How do you move in the world? That's what wand energy is related to. The Page of Wands is like a beginning. It's like it's like starting to move in a direction, in a new direction maybe, or feeling as though you want to move in a new direction, or feeling pushed to go somewhere, something that you're in a direction that you're committed to, though, in a direction that you want to go in a towards something that feels right to you. And that's this, and it's clarified by the Empress. So the Empress could relate to, and it's actually taking action as well, because it's masculine. So the divine masculines, they actually take action, they actually do things, they go places and see things and have experiences in the world. And so it's like you're going toward something or someone that you are passionate about. And this is this could be a way of living. It could indicate a way of living the comfortable life, the happy life, the comfort and marriage, or it could be singledom. I don't know. You decide. Your life. I'm going to apply these energies to you, though. First of all, like, I'll do the love readings in the middle of the month. Come back and watch them. Watch your February to March. Watch that. That's still available right now on my channel. But I always apply these energies to you, okay, to your experiences. So this is number 3 is a number of enlightenment. Number three is we've had experiences, karmic experiences, and we notice and understand we notice the impact that those experiences have had on us. We notice the impact that those experiences have had on us. It teaches us something about ourselves, and it starts us on a newer journey, on a new path. That's what the number 3 represents. The Empress is this energy of the Empress is related to your enlightenment as divine feminine. So that means that you are aware of how you feel, you're aware of where you stand, you're aware of what it is you want, and it's as if you want to go towards something. It could indicate pregnancy, it could indicate a person for you, or it could indicate that search for enlightenment. It could just indicate that search for enlightenment, that is something that you are looking for, that is something that you are drawn toward, that's a place that you want to go to. You want to learn who you are, what you can do, what your strengths are, and it might mean that you have to make sacrifices in order to do this. It might mean some of you are stepping out, doing something new this month that you wouldn't ordinarily do, that you haven't done before, potentially. But it might mean that you have to it does mean you have to release something. So this is it's quite a month of facing up to things. So first of all, we've got the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. You wish. The last reading had the Ten of Cups, actually. The last reading that I did. You've got the Ten of Swords, okay? Swords energy is about our thoughts, our mind, our clarity, our consciousness, our communication, our awareness. So how we communicate with the people, but also what we know, what we allow ourselves to think, what we allow ourselves to know about ourselves, if that makes sense. Number 10 of Swords here is it tells me that there's been you've had a lot on your mind. Preceding this date, so there's been lots going on in your head. You've been in your head a lot. You've been thinking about something. You've been trying, it looks like, work something out, or trying to make a decision maybe, or trying to quell your anxieties in a way, but you've been sort of grappling or wrestling with, trying to come up with a decision, or trying to understand how you think, what you think about something, what your perspective is on something. You've been trying to do that up until March, it seems. That's what March has been for. That's what January, February has been for, actually. Mercury is still retrograde at the beginning of March. It goes direct, actually. It goes into Aquarius, actually. On the 3rd, is it, or the 4th? No, it goes in on the 4th. Mercury goes into Aquarius, which is in our thoughts, our mind. Again, it's related to our thoughts, our conscious mind, and then it goes direct on the 9th, so in Aquarius. So we have, oh God, there's a lot going on in your head, or there has been a lot going on in your head, and it might be about the past. It might be about this decision that you've already made that you want to go back on, like you want to go back on a decision that you've made, for some of you. And it's like you've been trying to think and work out a way to not have to go back on this decision and to not have to change your mind. But you're at a point now where this card is like getting to that point where literally you've thought it all. I've thought about everything that could possibly happen, everything that could go wrong, everything that could go right, what everyone's going to say, what everyone's going to think. You've thought about everything, but ultimately still, you need to go through the zero door. You need to make the step. You need to take the step. That's what this is representing. So I do not know what this decision is. I do not know what it is you want to go back on, but you seem to want to go back on something. You're definitely in the process of changing, of really. It's like the truth is the truth, and it's like no matter how. We are so good as individuals. We are so good at denying ourselves the truth. We're so good at lying to ourselves. 7 of Swords. We're so good at sort of persevering with situations, even though they're difficult. Devil energy. 10 of Wands. We're so good at doing that, but there gets a point. There are points. There are times, and this point is going to be for you the 19th of March. After that time, I'll tell you why in a second. There are times in our life where we've thought it all, we've said it all, we've worried it all. I still can't deny how I feel. I still have to do what I feel is right. And ultimately, it's kind of like, it's that crossroads. It's literally that crossroads for you guys. It's that time. If you don't make the choice and the decision now, if you don't do it this month, you'll have another opportunity. Don't worry. The universe will bring around a next opportunity for you. But you're hurting yourself even more, because it has to be more painful next time for you to actually take that step. That's how karma works. Yeah, we create karma by what we do, but also by what we do not do. So you're in a place now where it's time for you to move forward, and to release and to purge something. That this energy here is the 5 of Cups. So 5s are about change. On the Tree of Life, number 5 is I won't pronounce the that way, but I'll say the English word. Power. It's Gerbera or I can't say it anyway. It's power on the Tree of Life. And when I was meditating on this a couple of years ago, when I was doing my meditation for the chakras and for the numbers and for the different things, one was obviously for the Tree of Life, and I was looking at the power and understanding what that means. And it's about the deconstruction, the change of things, the deconstructing things and reconstructing things, by the sheer force of our, in this instance, emotions. And it's about being changed by the sheer force of your emotions, by the acknowledgement that this is heavy, that this is hurting, that this has been difficult. You want to move on from this, you want to move forward from this, but it's as if moving on or moving forward for some of you is about taking a decision back, or it's about going back on a decision. That's very strong for some people. It's like you've decided to do something and you're doing it. You decided to, I don't know, quit your job and retrain to be a nurse or something, but now you're like, do you know what, I really need to just go back to my other job and go back to working in Sainsbury's or whatever it was, because I really don't want to do this. Like, I'm really made the wrong decision, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. I don't know. It could be anything for you. It could be a person. It could be whatever. You know your life. But I'm putting that on a t-shirt one day. You know your life. I love saying that. It just rolls off the tongue. You know your life. I mean, you know, in my old days when I was an English teacher, you know, for 10 years, you know, and we used to do. I taught. I love Shakespeare. Shakespeare's my man. Love Shakespeare. And iambic pentameters. And when you learn Shakespeare when you're a kid, when you're like 11, 12, you learn Shakespeare, and they tell you about this iambic pentameter. Well, they don't really. They tell you that when you're like older, but you don't really know what it means. And I just fell in love with the rhythm of Shakespeare's work when I was younger. I just fell in love with the rhythm of the words and the language. And obviously as a teacher, that I understood that it's because of iambic pentameter, and it's because that is pleasing. It's like the heartbeat. It's like the rhythm of life, if you will, the flow of chi, of ki, Shakespeare's work and iambic pentameter and how he writes. And that, what did I just say? That what I just said is a really good example of that. That phrase that I just used is a really good example of iambic pentameter, and it's a really good example of the rhythm of words and of the flow of life, if you will, the truth that Shakespeare spoke, and why I think Shakespeare is so resonant even today. Anyway, I digress. I'm having an English lesson with you right now. I've only done 4 cards, babe. I've only done 4 cards. Anyway, Sag, so you have got, you know your life. That's it. You know your life. See, you know your life. It's like, it's just got rhythm. It's just got rhythm to it. And but there's a truth in that. It's a sort of, you know, I think, you know, Shakespeare smoked weed. It's true. They found a plant in his back garden. True. They dug it up. Anyway, true. Anyway, and he was meditated. I reckon if Reiki existed then, he would practice it. He was very mindful. You can see that and feel that in his work. And you know, that's the truth that we all strive for, to feel and to speak. We all strive to be able to feel and to be able to speak and to be able to live that rhythm, that truth. And for you have to get engaged with where you're at. It's as if it's like there's no avoid. I've said this to you last month, Sad. You're probably sick of me saying it, but it's like there's no avoiding. There is no avoiding the truth, the rhythm of your life. There's no avoiding it. You have to sort of start to notice the patterns and the things that keep occurring, the things that keep reoccurring, the thoughts that keep reoccurring, and the feelings that keep reoccurring. You have to notice them this month, and you have to. Well, this is you noticing them, and this is that urge to act on them. But whether or not you do, we'll see. Okay, as we go on, this is the being stuck in a cyclical, in a way of thinking. Eights are related to the number of karma, karmic number, and I won't go into it. I won't go into the hieroglyphs of the number 8 and what that relates to sun and moon and why that blah blah blah. But basically, trust me, and you can check out. This is what Key Wisdom Tarot online is for. You need to get onto Instagram, right? Okay, so get onto Instagram. This is my Instagram, Key Wisdom Tarot Instagram. Go on to Instagram, and all these extra little snippets, like little messages I give you. So like, what is karma? Don't look at my thing, it's doing a really good that pass. Blah 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 blah. So go on Key Wisdom Tarot and you get all the extra little videos and comments and blah blah blah. So do that, yeah. So that you can, the astrology, etc., breakdowns, do that, then you can see all that stuff for yourself. Okay, so this is being stuck in a way of thinking. Trust me, trust and believe. That's what it stands for. And really, I hope and feel that this month for you is about noticing those things, noticing what you're thinking, because you're not really connected. You're not really aware of how your thinking is limiting your compassion for yourself. You're all tied up in knots, and you really need to release them. You're not in a good place. You're really being hard on yourself for some reason. you're feeling all this stuff, and I think for some of you it's because you want to go back on a decision that you've already made. Let's have a look what's going on inside. This is what's going inside. This is what's going on beneath the surface. This is your divine feminine. This is what's hidden from your conscious mind. This is your intuitive responses to your experiences. The truth. It's like there's like a little beacon, like a toy that you can't turn off, like a noise that you can't turn off, a buzzing in your ear, a ringing in your ear that's saying to you, you need to make a different choice, or you need to go back, or you need to do it differently, or whatever it is. And it's screaming from within your consciousness. It's screaming from emotionally, everything that is screaming to get your attention. And some of you aren't hearing it, or some of you are trying to quell that noise, trying to quell that intuition, trying to keep this truth down, keep it inside you. But it's dying to come out. It's dying to be seen. It's dying to burst forth into the world. You want to speak your truth. You want to say what you want. You want to say what's in your heart, what's been on your mind all this time. You want to express it. You want to say it. That urge within you is there this month, Sagittarius. And whether or not you act on it or move with it is your choice. Obviously, you do what you want to do. But karma is there to teach you. Karma is there to wake you up. And karma is there to show you your strength, Sagittarius. So if you do not embrace the karma this month, and it's from the 19th, so we'll see, and this is the day I'll write about in depth on my social media post, the 19th, Uranus sextile True Node. So Uranus is the planet of transformation, and True Node is where you're going, and those two things are in close proximity. What that means is, where you think you're going, or where you expected to go, or where you perceived yourself to going, that could be completely transformed by Sagittarius this month from the 19th of March. Not only that, that's also the day that Sun enters Aries. Remember, Aries is fire. Aries is action. Aries is is the masculine, just like you. You know, you're Aries as well. You're a fire, I should say. So, and that's all about what we do in the world. So that means that what we're doing and where we think we're going, that can be completely transformed from the 19th of March. So what you thought would happen, what you thought expected to be the case, you'd resigned yourself to this way of thinking, you'd resigned yourself to this way of living, that could be transformed. You need to but your consciousness, your intuitive self is screaming at you this month with the King of Swords. The King of Swords, this is beneath the surface. As I said, this is what's hidden from your conscious mind. The truth is hidden from your conscious mind. That's what's hidden. The truth of what makes sense to you, not only of what you want to say and how you think is hidden from you, also how you feel is hidden from you, and also where you're intuitively being guided, where you're intuitively being pulled, and the actions that you want to take are hidden from your conscious mind. You're Seven of Swords in it, man. You're Seven of Swords in it. You know Seven of Swords? When he's running off with those looking over his shoulder, you're Seven of Swords in it. You're telling yourself, what this beneath the surface shows is that you're telling yourself, no, I'm all right. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine as I am. I'm fine where I'm at. I'm fine in this job. I'm fine with this man. I'm fine in this situation. But the truth belies that. It's beneath the surface, and it's not. It's like you're at odds with yourself, Sag. It could be something minor. It doesn't have to be, because really, with no major arcanas apart from this one, for some of you, it could be minor. It could be like you're going on a holiday, you know, you're going on a holiday with your girlfriends, you know, you've agreed to share a room with friend A, but really you don't want to share a room with her. She does your blooming head in. You just want to you want to share a room with someone else, or you want to share a room, or you don't even want to go to bloody Benidorm. You want to go to a nice spa, you want a nice quiet weekend, but you don't want to ruin the surprise for your girlfriend, so you agree to go along. It could be something like that. That's like, it's not even that big a deal. It's like a minor thing. No one's asking you to leave your job or leave your man or whatever. It's not even. But The fact that you're not saying the truth, the fact that you're not speaking the truth, the fact that you're not saying what you really think and what you really feel and what you really want, that tells you something about your worthiness. It tells you something about your personal power. So if that's the case, notice that that's how you're feeling. Notice that you're actually suppressing the truth of what it is you're actually feeling or where it is you want to go. Notice that that's what you're doing. And then ask yourself, meditate on yourself, question, reflect on, why do I not say, I don't want to go to Benidorm, I'd rather go to a spa weekend? Or I don't want to share a room with her, I'd rather share a room with him? Or I don't want to do this job, I'd rather do it. It doesn't, as I said, if it was something big, massive, or major, it could be something not as, it could be something seemingly minor. But what that seemingly minor situation where you're suppressing your intuition, where you're suppressing what you feel, what that's, seemingly minor situation reveals is it reveals that you're not connected to your own personal power. That's what it reveals. It reveals that if I'm not connected to my personal power, then why is that? Why do I not feel that my voice is worthy of being heard, or that my opinion isn't valid, or that everyone else's feelings matter more than mine? Why is that? Well, it could be something to do with the Six of Cups. It could be something to do with your past. This is previous more memories, basically, looking back. And we talk about it looking back fondly. We know basically that all of our emotional experiences, Cups energy is related to our emotions, all of our emotional experiences are valid. They make us who we are, right? Same for you. The emotional experiences we've had in this group of girls, in this group of friends, or in this relationship, or in this job, or whatever it is, they have an impact on who we are. They shift our understanding of who we are. Notice that this month. That's what you've been asked to notice. Now, I'm going a bit quickly now because I've spent so much time talking about Shakespeare that we're going... I've only got 4 minutes left on your reading. So I try to keep it to about half an hour because otherwise I'm dead. So that's what this card asks you to notice. I want you, and you need to be... You're going to be reacting to this, triggered by this in some way. It'll be switching a light bulb on for you, or it'll be tugging at a light string, or you'll be remembering a memory or something. Notice those responses. The Queen of Wands, as I said, it's about what you feel. It's the wand energy we've spoken about. Queen is what's within, so it's understanding what you're passionate about, understanding what it is understanding what area or direction you're being pulled in. That's what this is about. That's what's beneath the surface from you, hidden from your conscious mind. The understanding is there. So what you need to do is you need to access it, and you access this. This is what meditation is for. Meditation is to access our reality. It's to access the fullness of our reality. To access our intuition, our instincts. What are they telling you about this decision that you've made? About the decision that you want to go back on? I don't want to share a room with Janet. I ain't sharing a room. Every time we go away, I always end up sharing with Janet. I ain't sharing with Janet anymore. You lot lumping me with Janet? No. For example. I like to give you the examples, to give you that push, yeah? You've got to have compassion for you. And you don't have to say it like I'm saying it. But, this is active. So this is you feeling like you want to have a conversation. You want to talk about how you feel, basically. I want to talk about how I feel. This is what this is. This is hidden from your conscious mind. So this is what's beneath the surface for you. I want to talk about what I'm feeling. It's masculine. That's about actions. But this is in this position, which is about our divine feminine, so what's hidden from our conscious mind. And it's cup, so it's emotion. I want to talk about what I'm feeling. So if you don't know, you can't grow. So you've got to reflect on how you're feeling. You've got to reflect on how you're thinking. And the anxiety that sharing your vagina actually causes you, or not necessarily sharing your vagina, but not being able to tell your friends. Not being able to tell your partner, not being able to tell your mum, that's what creates anxiety. Why do you feel like you can't say I've made a mistake, or I shouldn't have agreed to that, or I really am not up to doing it, or the fact, if you feel like if it creates all this anxiety for you to have that conversation with people that you're friends or that you love or that respect you, that's really the question, isn't it? That's really the question for you this month, Sagittarius. Why do you not feel able? Why do you not feel worthy enough to have those conversations? You obviously want to act on how you're feeling, and you've got so much going on in your head. Let's look at move forward then. Let's move to April. So let's have a look at April, end of March, beginning of April, and let's also look at, as I said, these advice, things that we need to be focusing on, looking at, noticing as you move forward along this path of yours. Okay, Sag? So we've got Ace of Pentacles, we've got a new beginning here, King of Wands, yes, finally, Five of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Whoa. Do you know, I've seen the Aces, this is the third reading out of 3 that the Ace of Wands has appeared, in completely different positions actually, but it's the third reading. All the fire signs have done so. All the fire signs, it appears. So it looks like as we move to the end of March and into April, we've got this Ace of Pentacles. So I told you, 19th of March is very significant. It's the most significant astrological transit day, I should say, for astrological transits for us this month. And I will talk about that in detail, in depth on social. I might even do a video about it, actually. I probably won't, but I might. The 19th, very significant day, because it means that where we are going, where we thought we're going, what we thought would happen, where we expected to be, how we expected things to turn out, could be completely transformed. And not only transformed in our thinking, but also in our doing, because it happens in the same day that the sun enters Aries, which is all about our actions and the things that we do. So, manifested change in our fortunes. That's what this card represents for you in this position at this time of the year. Manifested change in my fortune. That's what this card represents. So this might mean that you don't have to share a room with Janet anymore, or that it reaffirms a friendship, or that you have a new relationship, or that you've ended the old relationship and you're starting a whole new life, or you've ended the job and you're starting a whole new job, or whatever it is. But this is a gift right now. So what it tells me, what it shows me, what it suggests, Sagittarius, is that you listened to Key Wisdom Tarot, and you listened to all the other tarot readers, or you listened to what you're feeling inside and you responded to it, and that is actually bringing about a change in circumstance for you, because that's what this card represents. It represents a manifested change in circumstances. And I say change, it's a new beginning, but for you guys it's a change. And I say that because all the kings and queens represent change, and because of where it is in the reading, my mind went blank then, because of where it is in the position of, in our spread. Okay, next we have the King of Wands. So this, finally, you're in your element. So not only are you feeling what what was blocked from your conscious mind in March was, what am I feeling, where do I want to go? Now you seem to understand where you want to go, because and act on it. Masculine energy again. So we're taking action. Remember, all the kings, the queens, the knights, pages, they're all related to change. They're all about different aspects of change that we go through, different aspects of enlightenment that we go through. That's what the kings and the queens and the pages and all that they represent. Okay, so this is, you've changed one. It's about your actions too, because it's masculine. It's about what you're doing that's changed, but it's also about what you're feeling energetically, the what you're passionate about, what you desire, and it's about taking actions, moving forward in that direction. You're facing directly this energy of the Ace of Wands as well, so it suggests that this is what is the change, isn't it? This new opportunity, but you've brought it about by your actions. Okay, then you have the Five of Swords. Now, I said to you guys, you were Seven of Swords in it before. Here, in the beginning of March, end of Feb, beginning of March, you're Seven of Swords in it. You're saying to yourself, no, I'm happy in this job. No, I'm happy sharing a room with Janet. I'm happy sharing a room with Janet. I'm happy sharing a room with Janet. I don't know who Janet is. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I'm happy in this situation. I'm happy doing it. No, I'm happy to do overtime. I've said that. But you weren't happy to do the overtime, and you weren't happy to share a room with Janet. Yeah? But you say that you're happy. This is what we do. We say... Actually, the Five of Swords is even more subtle than that. The Five of Swords, is you saying those words, you're saying it out your mouth. You're saying it out of your mouth, You're like, I'm happy sharing a room with Janet. I'm happy doing it all the time. You're saying it out your mouth, and as you're saying it out your mouth, your head's going, no, I ain't happy. No, I'm not happy. Yeah? So what this energy suggests and shows is that you become aware of that. You become aware of that dichotomy. So thankfully, finally, Sagittarius, you get to the point where you actually realise 5 and Queen. So you actually realise the truth of what it is you're saying and how it is you're feeling and what it is you're thinking. And actually what it shows is, it does show that we're moving on. So you change from this way of thinking of keeping down your intuition, pushing down the truth of what you feel. You do actually respond to maybe this reading to some of you, or maybe to other whatever happens in your life. You don't need to do tarot readings to listen to tarot readings to sort of have emotional spiritual growth, but it helps. Mine definitely help, if I do say so myself. Anyway, so it shows that pretense, if you will, is shifting. That the way that you're pretending, oh, I'm fine, but you're not really fine, that's shifting and moving, and you get this brand new emotional beginning. So it's exciting. You get this brand new beginning where it's like you are switched on, you're plugged in, you're tuned in to the truth of what you're really experiencing. Remember, one energy is life force, is ki, is chi, is literally Reiki energies. It's Reiki energy. Ki is in ki wisdom throat, it's ki. That's what this energy stands for. And this is you feeling that finally. So you get the kick up the bum you need to, you feel motivated to finally stop worrying and stressing about the fact that you can't address this with your friends, and you address it with your friend or your family or your partner or your boss or whoever it is you're addressing it with, or you take the decision back, or you, whatever it is you're doing. This is testament to the fact that is the energy that sort of propels you forward at the beginning of April. So I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for you, Sagittarius. It's looking like a good month, but one where you have to notice how you feel. You have to notice your responses. That's what I expect from you. Okay, my fabulous Sagittarius. As I said, do not forget to watch your moon sign, your Venus sign, which is all about love, obviously. Venus sign's about your capacity to love, your heart chakra, your heart space, your healing, etc. How you handle compassion, etc. How you handle love of self, love of others. So check out your Venus sign, check out your rising sign. Your rising sign is Tiny. Will you get up off there? Because you're moving my bloody post-its. Just lie down. It's just, sorry, Tiny's just getting a bit restless. You can check out your rising sign, which is about your perception of where you're going. Yes, Tiny. Oh God. Come here. Oh, is he? Right. Yes. He just loves being on telly. Oh, now he's lying down. Okay, good boy. Okay, so check out that. Your love story from February to March is still available. Check it out right now. Follow Key Wisdom Tarot on social, on Instagram, on Facebook. As I said, search hashtag Key Wisdom Tarot to read all my posts. And next week, my darlings, I'm going to be releasing my very first ever tarot therapy video. We're going to be looking in depth at a specific subject. Or a specific area of life. I don't know what that specific area of life is, but you will when you see the title of the video. So check that out next week. I hope you like this video, my darlings. Thank you so much for being here, Sagittarius. Have a wonderful March and a wonderful start to April, and I'll see you all again next week with your brand new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.